Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video here. Back on the road to number one again. Today we're starting at 1865 ELO, which is gonna put us at, will we even be on the leaderboard? We'll be at 172nd in the world and 17th in the US. So definitely room for improvement today. Be kind as well. I've not had best sleep in the past few days. So hopefully things will go well. We'll queue up for both modes. Why not? No move NMPZ. And they added this new feature where you can see your strongest and worst regions. So do have the US, Turkey, and surprisingly Argentina on there in third, which is, I expect the first two, but maybe not Argentina as much. And then Russia, Nigeria, and the Philippines, which is quite interesting. I think all three of those definitely check out. So yeah, we're in queue here. I will see you guys when I find my first opponent. All right, we get a game here against BZH. I didn't see what ELO exactly was. I went to go do something and then I came back. We are in Europe here to start, I do believe. No antenna on this location. Trees are... this is kind of an interesting one. At first that was maybe Spain here with these what look like fruit trees. Pavement definitely looks European to me over like other options. This fence is interesting. No antenna would fit for Spain, Italy stuff. I think I'm just gonna try Sardinia as like a hedge. Hopefully I'm not trolling it completely, but those were my two thoughts. Hopefully it's not like Asia or something, but I think the pavement looks very European. But we'll see. It is just Italy, okay. We do pick up 568 for that though, but it ends up being like in the Po Valley area, which is, I guess, kind of makes sense. Yeah, I guess they weren't fruit trees either, but we move into round two in New Zealand, which is, yeah, definitely not a country that I'm too great at. Pretty big mountains to our north here. Pretty massive ridge, which is interesting. I don't know if this is North Island or South Island is the thing. Like, I'm between this area and Otago. Like, this stuff. And, like, Masterton area. I guess I could just go for this. Okay, it is just Masterton area. Yeah. Probably should be getting that, honestly. But I need to work on New Zealand. I'm surprised New Zealand isn't up there as, like, top 3 worst. But it happens. Okay. Hopefully we can bounce back here in round 3. We do get a Thailand here with what looks like a pretty big highway to our east. We got an east-west, somewhat east-west grid going. Looks pretty flat. And we'll just put it in Nakhon Ratchasima as a hedge. Just ends up being close to Bangkok, which definitely makes some sense there. Oh, we're looking at a railroad track, which is what that bridge was crossing over. Thought it was a big yellow highway. All right, we move into Cambodia now, driving right. We do have these bollards. And as for where, you probably just put it near Phnom Penh somewhere. And it was slightly more up the Mekong there, but it's going to be 127 points, so not a lot at all. But moving around 5. Hopefully we get good luck going into multis. We get Switzerland here. Should probably just drop it here. Was a bit more east of Zurich there. It's going to be 188 points. And yeah, we up it around 6. Definitely prefer Europe to other stuff like this. We know it's Canada, single yellow line. As for where, I'm not quite sure. 2024 blue car. Ah, man. I don't really know what you do with this one, to be completely honest. My first thought was Ontario. But I could see like New Brunswick or something even, maybe. Like, I feel like it would be Western. Canada. But it's weird that there's no like rock shields, you know? Which I feel like would be quite common. Most of these roads. I think we'll just try this. I'm not too confident on this. Okay, it is all the way up here near Pickle Lake. But yeah, somewhat hedging here, just in case it's like Algonquin National Park or something, but it did feel quite northern with the trees. But the hedge does pay off, and we get back to New Zealand again, which is not ideal. NZ Post. I mean, we have northern style fences on this one. I think we trust. Kind of looks like Taranaki Hills even, but like not like adjacent to Taranaki maybe. Was like kind of one of my thoughts was like here or something. Hard to tell if we have mountains north there. Definitely have mountains south. This is a very specific guess, but I think we're just gonna go for it. Okay, it just ends up being that kind of similar to area to where it was last time, but we couldn't really see this mountain range to our west. But we are slightly closer there, so pretty even game. Only 1 points difference. And it looks like we're in the United States of America, parking on pavement only. Coast to our east here. And yeah, it's looking like New England, maybe? I think houses. Like, kind of reminds me of just Long Island stuff, but I don't know. Trees seem a bit more northern than I would think it to be, like somewhere here, near like Ocracoke and like this area here, on like the Outer Banks area. And I think the houses fit for a bit more northern as well. Could be misdiagnosing, but yeah, I think leaving it here is reasonable. Like, I could even see some mass coasts here, but I think hedging here is fine in general. Like, we shouldn't lose too many points, hopefully, unless it actually is the Carolinas, which would be quite tough. Okay, it is Martha's Vineyard, which makes sense. I think coverage fits there, but we do pick up the win, which is nice. I think pretty understandable Ontario guess. I mean, it's somewhat valid, but I think these houses are very New England looking. And a lot of the Martha's Vineyard coverage is 2019 autumn into winter, so that does make sense with the coverage. Yeah, let me just look around Martha's Vineyard a little bit, but most of the main roads are just November, so you get like pretty orange leaves and stuff like that. I think the entire island is. All right, well, let's queue for the duel here. No move NMPZ. We do win our first one, which is nice. Always good to get that first hurdle out of the way, and I will see you guys when I find my next opponent here. All right, we get a game against Bajoras here, and it is going to be on NMPZ. It's like Spain to start us off, and as for where, you can see a bit further south here, maybe even Andalusia, so we'll leave it here. It is even more south. We actually took the bus from Granada to Malaga on the A92 here. Kind of looks similar to that, but just didn't want to commit all the way. Maybe I should have, but happens. We do have Mexico here. Would have went Oaxaca or something like that. But can I commit to Oaxaca? Like, I could. I think we'll just leave it near Mexico City here. Yeah, it is just Oaxaca. Actually, on the coast there. Maybe that's a commit moment, especially if I just automatically springs to mind with that dry season coverage, but yeah, it's fine. We move into. Is this just Yucatan? Soil seems light enough. I think the trees fit. Hard to tell if that's an octagonal pole, but I think it is. Bit worried about like Cola Brazil probably, but I think Uke makes the most sense with the trees that we have. I could be missing something here, which is very possible. But yeah, it is just Yucatan, close to Merida there. Good Yucatan region guess by our opponent. Let's hop into round 4. I don't know whose alt this is. I actually don't. I haven't really been playing the game too much. You have cotton here, which is interesting, but it should be Greece, even though we do have a concrete pole. Yeah, you probably just drop it in like this area, all right? Okay, that's a good guess. We'll take that. That's going to be 378 points, so we'll move in around 5. We will take those every day of the week. Just look like that Central Valley. All right. Looks like we got some Europe here again. 2023, but interesting border on these signs. Not quite sure what to make of this. Would have thought Hungary probably, with the flatness. I think pavement also fits. I would expect this sign to be a bit higher in Hungary though. And that's like my only real concern here. But I think everything else fits for Hungary. So I think I'm just going to run it. And it is just Hungary, but maxed east on the Ukrainian border. So maybe they got some Ukrainian infrastructure signage there. Who knows? Probably not. But yeah, I would have expected the signpost to be a bit higher there. As we move into 2023, so it should be Thailand, I think. Does look like a Thai square pole here. And at least I hope so. And we'll probably just drop it around Bangkok here. It's quite flat, but it doesn't seem too far east to me. Soil color is not super dark red. And it is just north of Bangkok there, so that's going to be 200 points. And we will hop in around 7 now, 2.5x damage. Let's see what we can get done on 2025. Is this going to be Costa Rica? That is the question. Does it look like Costa Rica? I would have thought this looked more like Panama, but with 2025, I'm going to have to trust that it's probably Costa Rica here. Obviously a bit concerned I'm like hallucinating this car blur not being the truck, but certainly looks like the truck to me. These like segmented off fences kind of just do remind me of that. Hopefully it's not like Colo or something. That was my other concern. But yeah, we'll see where this is. We'll see where they go. Okay, it's actually Mexico, and it's this road. So I maybe hallucinated the truck a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit tough. Definitely thought the blur was big enough to be the truck, but I think I'm just wrong on that occasion. All right, we do end up in South Korea here. I'm just going to drop it near Daegu. And it does end up being south, so that region guess is going to net us 1,200 points, which is nice. But we are still at a deficit, so we move in around 9. Let's see what we got. We have a Cambodian People's Party sign here. And I think with these hills, probably just have to click somewhere south, yeah? Southwest of Phnom Penh. Or just generally south, hopefully. Yeah, it is a good region guess there. So that's going to be 2132. And we move into the lead here with a good Cambodia region guess. It's hopping around 10 now. Okay, and so we're in Kenya here. Region guess wise is not easy here. This seems like a pretty heavy truck road. I'm a bit worried about this area, but I think it's much more likely to be between Nakuru and Eldoret. So that's what I'm going to try. Hopefully it's not just Nairobi, but I think this is the safest hedge play to hedge near Eldama Ravine. Let's see where they go. And it is just near Nairobi there. We're in like this little valley thing here. Luckily, Kenya, not too big of an area to cover. All right, we move into Japan though, which is probably not that great for us. Considering we can't see any pole plates, We can't really make out pole stuff either. So that's a little bit tough. It doesn't seem too far south to me. So I would probably just hedge Tokyo, honestly. I think we will just hedge Tokyo. If we lose on this, it's quite tough. But that's Japan for you. Especially with no pole plates or infrastructure clues. It's a little tough. Okay, it is just that Tokyo area. Probably should have committed to this because it was quite flat. Like Ibaraki Chiba area, but happens. Round 12. Okay. Well, kind of a couple brutal back-to-back rounds. And this one, I think it's more likely that they click middle, you know, on this round. So, yeah, we'll probably just drop it here. And, okay, yeah, they do just click middle, which is nice. And we pick up 420 for that. So, hopefully, we don't get a third Japan round here. Would actually like a round that I have a chance to guess on. All right, we get Botswana here, which is not great, I'd say. Not great at all. Thought West Botswana? But as I've made explicitly clear, I'm not very good at this country in general. Okay, well, they just know the road, which is unfortunate, but that's going to be game there. Yeah, it just came down to round order there. We got a couple Japans, which I didn't really like, and we did lose a ton of points on this round, which was kind of tough. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. All right, well, we'll queue up for another no-move NMPZ, and I will see you guys. Oh, no, we do get Bajoras again. It's good in the Philippines, Mexico, and Brazil. You can somewhat determine who this player is by maybe, but like I don't have an idea here. I honestly don't have an idea. Okay, is this Brazil or is it Peru? Like Peru also came to mind. Honestly, I'm not sure. I guess you probably just drop it in Para here. The ditch is throwing me off, though. It was just Peru. Like, I did consider that. It's just like, I don't know. The mountain. I guess the ditch is like more of a, like way more of a Peruvian thing. Probably should have just trusted that, to be completely honest with you. And we probably have a Norway here with just short dash lines, like, because it's a temporary. I would have to imagine. It does look like this area here, so I'm gonna try it. It is nice. Coverage pretty distinct in this area. But yeah, I totally understand the Sweden guess with the short dash lines, but was just temporary lines because that road was freshly paved when they took that coverage. This is the United States, but as for where, not too sure. Trees feel somewhat south to me, so I think I'm just gonna hedge here. And it is just northern Georgia there, so we do pick up 246 points. We'll take it. And let's hop into round 4. In Assam, I would say we have a good amount of Assam palms on the side here, especially, and just feels like Bangladesh, but with poor quality camera. So yeah, we'll probably just drop it in Assam. It's just a question of how far up you want to go. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to hedge. Probably could have hedged maybe a bit more east, but I think hedging here is fine. It was a bit more east there, near Nagan. But we currently have a flawless going, which I doubt is going to last on NMPZ, but we'll move it around 5. In Russia, I do believe. We have this front smudge here. I don't know it. On 1.5x damage, this could be a lot. I'm a bit concerned about Bratsk. I think I just hedged Kraz on 1.5. It's Novokunetsk. Yeah, and they go Bratsk, which is what I was concerned about, but I was concerned about this Kemerovo Novo area as well. So I guess the hedge pays off on that occasion, and we do end up in Thailand here. I think we do have a very small hint of a Gen 4 white car. Some sugarcane growing, seems very flat. I think soil color fits as well, right? So I think I'm gonna have to go with it. Hopefully it's not Philippines and just very flat Philippines, which is definitely possible. But yeah, our opponent just goes Thailand as well. It's gonna be 216 points. We'll move it around 7. Kind of want to avoid Japan on NMPZ. Would be nice. We do get India though, which I don't feel too bad about. I don't feel like I'm that bad at India. This one, this one's a bit tough. I'd probably just go Madhya Rajasthan area, just because it is very dry and deserty looking. I think hedging Madhya is good here, but yeah, I'm very bad at the one thing that I'm bad about in India is determining this like dry deserty stuff in this area, and then like the dry season coverage in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil area. So we'll see. Okay, it is actually Jharkhand there. That's a tough get, I think. That's a very tough get. And we both go Madhya there, which, yeah, quite an understandable hedge from both of us. We move it around 8. In what looks like a Pennsylvania plate there on that that van. I don't know why it wasn't letting me put my marker down, but blue on the top, yellow on the bottom. There are different variations of like that style color scheme, but this one definitely does look like a Pennsylvania one. And yeah, it is just very close to Philly there in Ridley Creek State Park. But it's hard to commit all the way east there, especially. But we move it around 9, around 8. You carry here, it looks like. This one's a bit harder to guess. Probably just drop it somewhere near Sheffield. Yeah. Okay, it was actually near Hereford there. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to get that. Like, it maybe kind of felt like Wales, you could argue. And, but it wasn't exactly Wales. I don't know. You get Hawaii here. And this looks like Oahu to me. I'm trying to think, what valley is this? Don't actually know which valley it is, man. It's probably not good. Would have thought one of these, but I'm not sure exactly. It's okay. Wanalua there. Yeah, quite understandable. I mean, I've never been up here, even though I've lived on this island for a long time. Yeah, that certainly makes sense. Okay, we do get Malaysia here. It looks like we got a ridge to our north. I don't know. I probably would just drop it somewhere in Ipoh, like in the hilly bits. Johor won't get as many hills like this. So I think hedging north rather than south is a bit more reasonable. Just ends up being this hill here. Yeah, we're making pretty similar guesses. I may have a guess on who it is, but I'm not sure, so I don't know if I exactly want to say. As what is this? Is it 2025? It's 2023. I don't love this round. I thought Thailand, but could just be Philly. Oh, it's Java. I don't know why that didn't come to mind, actually. Okay, well, that's a nice guess by our opponent there. Huh. I just completely discounted Indonesia. I don't know why Indo didn't come to mind here. Maybe it's just the way that the fields are slightly on hills like this, but they're smaller hills, and we had rice. I mean, rice makes sense, but I don't know how I didn't think of Java here. The corn also makes a lot of sense for Java, as opposed to Thailand, I'd say, because you get rice, but not as much corn as you would. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't come to mind. It's weird. All right, well, let's queue for one more here. No move NMBZ. Might get the same player. Nope, we get somebody else, not Grata here. All right, let's do it. And NMPZ again. we start on Kenya here, and we got a ridge to our northeast. Not too good at Kenyan topography. I am not gonna lie to you. Yeah, we'll just try here. Okay, we're looking at this ridge, I assume. All right, no big deal. We only lose about 370 points. Hopping around dos. First, I was Colo here. It's quite hilly. We can see a big hill in the back, I think, to the south. I think fences make sense for LATAM. Doesn't feel like Brazil to me. Like soil color is red, but I feel like topography is quite weird for Brazil. So I think I'm just going Colo. Could of course be wrong with this. Yeah, I'm not too sure. They're crying, but I feel like I don't have a better idea than them. It is the Cali Valley there, which I guess we're looking at this like slightly poked out mountain there. It's a little tough. But we hopping around 3. In Kyrgyzstan. Immediately thought this area here. This mountain pass maybe. Yeah, let's try it. Very snowy in the mountains coverage. This area. And we will see where they go. And it is this area here. I did click this road initially, but we both went on this road, which is fair enough. And we'll hop into round 4 now. Into what I think is Andorra. Pretty distinct looking coverage. So we'll slam that. We do have a couple Andorran looking snow poles here. But yeah, just this silverish pavement I think is quite recognizable. And you get these autumn-ish coverage. Yeah, they are pretty close there, which I think makes sense. It did look quite Pyrenees. But we do get the country streak. And we'll hop in around 5. In Eswatini here. So kind of just nothing rounds, just building up the multis, which isn't ideal, I think. But this round is certainly missable, I'd say. Let's see where they go. Okay, it's just Eswatini. We are pretty close to the 5K, even though we just kind of plonked middle there. I don't think we deserve a GG for that, but we'll take it. Round 6. In Peru, I think. Yeah, we do have a striped signpost there to confirm. Very dry hills here. First thought is this area. Am I committing to this? Yeah, probably. Like, could even be Sicuani area or even further south here. But I think just generally hedging for this is fine. And it is all the way south. Maybe should be committing there. Allegedly. Because it did feel quite deserty in general. Didn't feel like, I don't know. But it's fine. Round 7. In Brazil here. No, it's Arge actually. We have all white lines. Did consider Rio Grande do Sul for a second, but it should just be Argentina. As for where, 2025 very flat. We're going east-west, so I guess you just go La Pampa here, and you just put it on one of these roads. I would have to assume. We'll just drop it in Santa Rosa. Okay, well, we were on that road, which is quite tough, but still 1,000 points. 10,000 points is crazy. 1,000 points, and let's hop in around 8. Into I don't know what this round in particular. 2025 looks like it's like the most plain states of plain states. I mean, I hope it's US and over Canada. I think with this wide road it fits. Yeah, it's actually Canada. Okay, well, that's an undeserved 1,400 points. But we're quite lucky that our opponent did not get that. Quite fortunate to not lose. And we get oil palm roulette here, which is not fantastic. Pavement strikes me more as Malay to me. So you ever go for this hedge? Like, you ever go for this? Okay, it's just Malay. We are slightly closer there, 207. We're in the water, but covering bases with Riao. Round 10. In Japan. Ah, man. Like, can we not get this country on NMPZ? Like, is it not the silliest thing? I mean, we're just going Osaka here and hope we don't lose. Okay, it ends up being 𝓝ø𝓽𝓖 there. Yeah, fair enough. We'll give you a wave for that one. Let's hop in around 11 now. 4.5x damage. Oh boy. I think it's Colo, right? Certainly hope so. Or is it a ladder pull? Hard to tell, honestly. Very hard to tell. That's a ladder pull. Maybe it is more of a ladder pull, isn't it? Yeah, and we have supports. You go Toke or something? Hopefully I'm not making a big blunder here. Oh. It's Bahia there. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. That's also a bit unfortunate we lose the Pernambuco guess, but there's supports on this one. Yeah, that's a bit tough. I mean, Bahia makes sense, I guess, with the dryness and the fences. So yeah, I probably should just be getting Bahia here. But yeah, I did see we had supports. Yeah, it's a bit tough to lose on that, but it happens. All right, we'll end off today on 1837 ELO. Wow, we're going down in ELO. We're on a downward spiral here. 196th in the world and 20th in the US. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.